Hello and welcome back to the Joyful Soul Creates. Charlotte here. Today is International Red Panda Day and I am part of a hop that is all about crafting for red pandas. So I'll talk a little bit more about the hop later, but first I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. So I'm making a very clean and simple, quick and easy card using the appropriate stamp set from Hero Arts. This is the colour layering red panda, and I'm also going to be using Hero Arts inks as well. So I just have my card base. I'm going to be working straight on my card base, so this is a 1-layer card. I've put it into my MISTI. I have the bottom layer of the stamp set, so that's the most solid layer, and because these are brand new stamps, I'm going to prep the stamp by running over it with just a regular white rubber or eraser if you prefer, and that just makes the surface a bit better for the ink, especially with these very solid stamps. I do end up having to stamp it multiple times anyway to get a good impression, but that can happen when they're very new stamps. And here you can see the inks that I'm going to be using for the project. So one thing I must say is this video might seem a little bit choppy. I had some serious issues with my camera. It didn't want to record for more than maybe 2 minutes at a time before turning itself off and claiming the battery needed charging, even though it was fully charged. So then I would have to turn it back on and start recording again, and it would do the same thing after 2 more minutes. So that was quite stressful. This video is actually the third hop I'm a part of today, assuming I managed to get the other 2 done. And those 2, hopefully, fingers crossed, will be being filmed on a new camera. So hopefully they will have been better videos than this one in that respect. But still, I do hope that you will enjoy this video. Back to the card briefly, I'm going to try and add some more dimension to this image. Obviously, the layering elements give the image dimension anyway, but I'm using my next colour of ink. So the first colour of ink I used was Tangerine. Now I'm using Just Rust, and I'm adding the ink all around the edge, and I'll just go in with my finger to soften that up a little. A sponge would be better, but I was stressing out about my camera and couldn't think where to find a sponge, so I just used my finger and that worked fine. And doing this will just add a little bit of dimension to the image, give it some shading on the edge and give the body a bit of roundness, and I will do this on each of my layers. So as I said, this is a hop to celebrate International Red Panda Day, which has been organised by Annette. On each of the videos there's going to be 1 or 2 facts given to you about red pandas, so I'll let you know my fact now. Red pandas are classified as endangered by the IUCN Red List. Since they live in remote areas and are elusive, it's actually unknown what their exact number is, but estimates are around 2,500 to 5,000, which is not very many, and the population is declining. One thing you can do is to support organisations like the Red Panda Network and the World Wildlife Fund, who are doing research to find out where there are viable populations of red panda and are working to protect their habitats, which of course is very important. It would be really sad if these beautiful creatures were to go extinct. The Red Panda Network, I believe, are the ones who organise International Red Panda Day, and in fact the artwork in our thumbnail is the official International Red Panda Day artwork, which was shared with Annette by the Red Panda Network for us to use. And if you hop along with us on this hop and leave comments on each stop, you will be in for a chance at one of 2 prizes. One is a $25 gift certificate to a craft store, I believe it's a cherry on top, and the other prize is a symbolic adoption of a wild red panda. You can see the red pandas that are available for adoption on the Red Panda Network, and I did have a look at them and they're absolutely adorable. So one winner will get that symbolic adoption and you will get a certificate by email. So yeah, those are the 2 prizes. And it is definitely a really worthy cause. I'll have all the information on the hop, the next stop, the prizes, what you need to do to enter, and I'm also going to put a link to where you can donate to support the conservation of these beautiful creatures. So all of that will be in the description box down below. Returning to the card again, so I've pretty much finished now. You may have noticed I kind of chopped out the bits where my head was in the way, lining up the stamps. They're relatively easy to line up, and the back of the stamp set does have a picture showing you how to do that. The colours I used were the tangerine with the Just Rust around the edge for the base part. Then I used the Just Rust for the stripes on the tail and the mask, and I added the dimensional element to that with the cocoa ink. And finally I used just the cocoa ink for the last layer, which is the kind of outline and shadowy areas on the red panda. Next I'm going to build up the scene with some of the grassy and leafy elements from the stamp set. Normally I would make a mask for this panda, but my hand is still a bit painful. As you can see, I still have the wrist brace on, and also I was stressing out about the camera and just trying to get everything done as quickly as possible, so I made do with some little pieces of washi tape and post-it tape that I had on my desk. I do tend to keep these pieces so they're all around the edge of my craft mat, just out of frame, and they do come in handy for this kind of thing. So I just use those to cover up any areas of the panda that my stamps are overlapping, so that I'm not going to get the green ink in front of him. The green ink I'm using is another Hero Arts ink, and this one is, I believe it was Green Apple. There will be links to all the products I have used down below. Those are affiliate links where possible, just because that helps support the channel. I am trying to make crafting be my kind of full-time thing now, so all kinds of affiliate purchases and even just watching the videos, supporting me on Patreon, which is linked below, all those kinds of things do help me to be able to keep crafting for you. After I got the grass on, I'm going to add the bamboo. There's 2 bamboo pieces in the stamp set, and I wanted to do 3 lines of bamboo. I'm kind of shaping them, almost mirroring the shape of the panda, so they're tallest around where his head is and then get shorter as they come down his back. I'm going to stamp both of them in, and then I will move one of them to make a shorter one as well, so that I have 3 pieces of bamboo. Again, I'm using my washi tape to mask off the red panda, and I am again using that Green Apple ink. I want to keep it fairly simple, the background, because obviously the focus is that sweet red panda, and I didn't ink all the way down because I only need the very top pieces of those bamboo pieces. I decided to flip the shortest bamboo piece so that the top would look different, which does make it look like it's tilted at a weird angle almost, but I mean, it works. So again, I just stamped the top of that down. I did consider leaving it here, but there are also some leafy elements, and I felt like, especially just above the red panda's head, it needed a little bit of filling in. So I'm going to bring in some leaf elements as well and just stamp those, just to finish filling out that little arrangement behind him. And here you can see how that looks when it's all done. And I apologise if you can hear one of my cats yelling in the background. She does that sometimes. So the last thing I want to add is a sentiment. I picked "You Are Unique" from the same colour layering red panda stamp set, and I'm stamping it with that cocoa ink so it kind of fits in with the rest of the design. It is very slightly wonky, but at this point I wasn't going to start over, so it'll have to do. And I also used some Catherine Pooler Twilight ink and very lightly brushed that over around the panda where he's sitting, just to add some very slight grounding. And that completed my card. As I said at the beginning, it's very clean and simple, quick and easy, 1-layer card, but I think it is quite striking. Do let me know in the comments what you thought of it. If you enjoyed this video, please do press the thumbs up button to let me know. Make sure you check out the description box to find the link to the next hop, and remember to leave comments along the way for your chance at one of the prizes. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, you can subscribe by clicking the button on screen. There are a couple of other videos there if you'd like to see more from me if you've done hopping. Otherwise, I'll thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!